staying in Florida. We need to have a question that's outside of Florida by the time we end here. Doug, you're up with Deanne Turner.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful conversation. My 19-year-old son, at this point, I've lost track of how much money he and we have spent at Chick-fil-A. I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. My question was actually the exact same question that Randy had, because I was extraordinarily interested in that, which you addressed beautifully, Deanne. On the top of my head, though, because it segues nicely into what you were just saying, the other thing that's always sort of hit me viscerally about Chick-fil-A from a marketing and advertising standpoint goes directly to those stories and some of the commercials that I've seen. And I would love, just because of your institutional knowledge there, if you can give us any behind the scenes. Sorry, I'm gonna mute. That's the alarm in my building. But any insight around the concept of telling those stories, because I think it's done such an amazing job of telling the Chick-fil-A story and playing to that culture.
Sure.
Fascinating to me.
Thank you, Doug, and thanks for all the money you spent Chick-fil-A sending my kids to college. I really appreciate that. Okay, so this is one of those areas which happened after I left Chick-fil-A. You're referring to a series of commercials, I believe, called It's the Little Things, hashtag It's the Little Things, the red sofa, people sitting on there. Interestingly, we had a lot of debate about that when I was at Chick-fil-A, about telling our own story instead of letting customers tell the story. So apparently that debate got resolved after I left and they decided to tell their own story. And that's where that comes from. But we're at Chick-fil-A storytelling, and I guess you picked up that from reading Bet on Talent and even listening to me speak. Storytelling, that's a big part of how you spread culture. And so there's a huge commitment to being storytellers. And if this is new idea for you all, which I doubt that it is at all, but telling stories is really how you communicate to your newest employees and to your customers about who you are. And so for years, the cows were funny and they were clever and got a lot of attention, won numerous awards for advertising. But I think there was a shift to say, let's connect at an emotional level with our guests. And we have team members that are doing amazing things. And at first, to tell you the truth, I wasn't so supportive of the whole idea of telling our own story. And because I just think you just need to be humble and let other people tell your story. But the fact that they make the Chick-fil-A franchisee and the Chick-fil-A team member the hero of the story, I feel much better about that, because they really are, in many instances, unsung heroes. And for them to, always they're the ones who do the business. They're the ones who serve the guest. And so for them to be the center of the story, I think is awesome. And that's really what they're doing. And I think it's based on my relationships that I have ongoing with Chick-fil-A franchisees, it's not only been a positive thing to share with the public, these stories and make these emotional connections, but it's been such a highlight for those team members and franchisees to be recognized for their incredible service as well.
Love it.